Good morning, everyone. Welcome back in. Well, a major development proposal known as the Creekside District is advancing. The plan would transform areas surrounding Samford University's campus to include retail shops, restaurants, a hotel, many more things. Some people do oppose the plan, though, while others have said they do feel better about it after getting more information. Well, the man with the information, the CEO of Landmark Development, the company behind the project, in studio with us this morning. Welcome in to Bob Dunn, as well as Dr. Beck Taylor, the president of Samford University. Gentlemen, good morning.
Thank you.
Good
morning.
It's great to see both of you. Dr. Taylor, I'll start with you I know the interest of Samford immediately, but why, for our viewers or anyone watching, why is this such a big development and why should it matter?
Well, it matters because Samford is a growing and thriving campus. We are an important part of the Homewood community. Samford is Homewood's university, if you will. And so in a very competitive college landscape, we want to create a world-class residential community. That means we have to have amenities that college students want, that our community wants nearby to campus. But at the same time, we want to contribute to our community's well-being, the quality of life in Homewood, provide opportunities to increase the tax base, but also to increase lifestyle amenities and other things in the community. And so when we decided to partner with Bob and Landmark, we were looking for a developer that had a history in quality, long-term, public-private, civic-oriented investment and development. And they've been a fantastic partner for us.
All right, well, explain the property. It is across from Samford, Bob, and it's in an area, and you're also working on a walkover to walk over to it from Samford. Is that right?
Correct.
All right, so why did you feel like this project when you picked this particular place to do the partnership with? Why was that important to you?
It really comes down to the idea of partnership. All of the work that we do as a company, we think of as civic-anchored economic development. Civic-anchored can mean institutions of higher education, healthcare, sports, entertainment, and now we would say transit. What's interesting with the Creekside District and the broader Samford Horizons is to be able to partner with an institution that means so much to a community like Samford and partner with the community to do something that really can have a positive, long-term, sustainable impact on the community. Those are the opportunities that we think are going to create the most successful cities in the future.
It is a huge development, lots of retail, housing for Samford folks. You'll hear more about that as it goes. And I think that has been a lot of the people's questions. They felt like they had not heard enough. But you say you've been open and you want people to know all about this project. Talk about that for a moment.
Well, I think one of the unique things about the project is really come together through our partnership with Samford. From the very beginning, we said this has to be a partnership with the community. This has to strengthen the community. This has to be entirely about what improves and adds to the quality of life in Homewood.
And you heard the concerns about the area there, the creek, and the concerns about the salamanders and that area there they wanted to preserve and not become just another residential area. Talk about that.
Well, as I was saying, you know, that this really needs to be at its base about strengthening the community. And so we have to look at all the issues that come up. The habitat, the watershed, dominant issue here. With respect to the salamander habitat, it was clear that there were going to be some negative consequences. When we came to understand that and we looked at different ways to mitigate that, we came to the conclusion there's going to be a net negative here. We can find other ways to make the Creekside East improvements and not have a negative impact on the habitat.
Do you feel like, Dr. Taylor, that as these meetings have gone on and people have gotten more information, do you feel like those concerns have lessened?
We do, certainly with respect to the ecological concerns, but even as citizens become more aware
Well, they're worried about noise pollution, those type of things.
Sure, absolutely. We can mitigate those kinds of things. We've spent, frankly, a lot of money commissioning studies that help us mitigate those kinds of things. But the increase in the strengthening of the economic base in Homewood, the impact to the city, to the school district, to others, not to mention the lifestyle amenities that this project brings, they are immense. And as community members begin to weigh those positive trade-offs against some of the things that we have to work on, some of the things that we have to solve for, typically they become very excited.
You said to build out, this was looking at perhaps maybe down the road some 10 years before it was all built out, but you feel now with the the reaction that it could be 3 to 5 years. Is that right?
You know, it is a large project, but I think it has an appropriate scale for Homewood. As we've now become more active in the market, and frankly, people are seeking us out and looking at what the opportunities are, there's two things that we're learning. Number one, the strong desire to be a part of this type of environment, number one. Number two, every measure we have at this stage of the project does indicate to us that this can come together in a shorter time frame than we originally anticipated, which has a big positive. It accelerates the pace at which we can grow tax base for the city and the school district much sooner than if you had a development that came together over 15 years.
Are you still open to questions from the residents in surrounding areas to have questions about this?
Absolutely. Our process of community engagement, frankly, is just beginning. This isn't something we'll do for a month or 2 or 3 as we go through process. Our efforts toward community engagement will continue on well after we start construction. And really all we ask is, let's get all the issues on the table. Let's understand the full impact that this project can have for the community, including Samford. And then let's all make our decisions based on having the full base of information and determine, does this ultimately add to the quality of life in Homewood?
Final question, is there another meeting scheduled where people can ask those questions? Or?
There are a variety of public meetings scheduled as a part of the process to get this through city approval. And so we certainly encourage people to attend those, and as Bob said, to voice their concerns so that we can get everything on the table.
All right, well, it sounds like a very exciting project as well. Bob Dunn, Dr. Beck Taylor, thank you both for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we will be right back.